What would you do if the woman you loved, who swore eternal devotion, was living a double life? Her nightly gym sessions a meticulously crafted lie? I never thought I'd ask myself that. Not about Sarah. It was a quiet, ordinary Tuesday in our Chicago home when everything broke. I was scrolling through my phone half asleep when a notification popped up from the car's GPS tracker, a feature I'd forgotten about. It showed Sarah's car, not at the gym in Chicago, but parked in the dimly lit lot of the Grand Hyatt in downtown Dallas. Dallas. She was supposed to be in Chicago. My blood ran cold, a silent scream trapped in my throat as the glowing screen illuminated the terrifying truth. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. The humiliation hit me first, a physical blow that left me gasping for air in our silent bedroom. Sarah, my beautiful Sarah, had been cheating on me. Yes. The gym, the late-night calls, the sudden business trips, it all clicked into place with a sickening thud. For weeks, I'd noticed the subtle shifts. Her phone always face down, the hushed conversations, the way she'd flinch if I touched her. She'd become cold, distant, her eyes holding a calculating glint. She'd dismiss my concerns, accusing me of being paranoid. "I'm just busy, Mark," she'd say, her voice dripping with an icy sweetness that now felt like venom. You know how demanding my job is? I started watching her not like a jealous husband, but like a detective. I checked her phone records, finding a recurring number. I found receipts for expensive dinners in Dallas, not Chicago, tucked away in her purse. One afternoon, I saw a text flash across her locked screen. "Can't wait for our next business trip, I love. Jay, the smug bastard." I felt a primal rage, but I swallowed it. I couldn't confront her. Not yet. I needed proof, undeniable, irrefutable proof, that would leave her no room to deny, no corner to hide in. The next few weeks were a blur of pain and meticulous planning. I was a ghost in my own home, moving through the motions, smiling when she spoke, nodding when she lied. Inside, I was a storm of shattered trust and burgeoning vengeance. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop named Frank from a small office in Queens, New York. Frank was discreet, efficient, and understood my quiet desperation. He tracked her to Dallas, to the same Hyatt, confirming my worst fears. He sent me photos, Sarah, laughing, holding hands with a man, a slick, arrogant-looking executive type in the hotel lobby. At a restaurant on Elm Street, even a blurry shot of them kissing in a parking garage near the Dallas Arts District. His name was Jeremy Thorne, a senior VP at a rival firm. Sarah, meanwhile, grew bolder, more manipulative. She'd leave her phone out, almost daring me to look, but always with a lock I couldn't crack. She'd talk about her new friends at the gym, her empowering new routine, her voice laced with a condescending tone. She truly believed she was untouchable, that I was too naive, too trusting to ever see through her charade. Jeremy, from the photos, looked equally smug, his arm possessively around my wife, a smirk playing on his lips. They were living in their own little bubble of deceit, oblivious to the storm I was brewing. There were nights I broke down alone in my study, the photos of Sarah and Jeremy spread across my desk. The tears came, hot and bitter. For the life I thought I had. For the woman I thought I knew. But with each tear, a new resolve hardened within me. This wasn't just about revenge. It was about justice. It was about reclaiming my dignity, my sanity. I wouldn't just expose her. I would dismantle her, start gathering my evidence, not just for a divorce, but for something far more comprehensive. I consulted with a sharp, no-nonsense divorce attorney, Evelyn Reed, who specialized in high-asset, high-conflict cases. She listened patiently, her eyes sharp, as I laid out my story. Presenting Frank's reports, the GPS data, the phone records, the receipts. She outlined a strategy as cold and precise as a surgeon's scalpel. We would hit her financially, socially, and legally. The first trap was subtle. I began transferring assets, slowly, methodically, into accounts Sarah couldn't touch. I updated my will, ensuring she received nothing beyond what the law absolutely mandated. I started documenting every single interaction, every lie, every manipulative word. I even installed hidden cameras in our home, capturing her late-night calls, her hushed conversations, her dismissive attitude towards me. It was a violation, I knew, but she had violated something far more sacred. The social trap was next. I began subtly planting seeds of doubt among our mutual friends, mentioning Sarah's intense new work schedule and how distant she'd become. I made sure to be seen at social events alone, looking subtly heartbroken, garnering sympathy, without ever uttering a word against her. I knew the gossip mill would do the rest. The day of reckoning arrived with quiet ordinariness. It was a Monday morning, filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences and, crucially, infidelity. Evelyn served her the papers at her office, public humiliation that I knew would sting. But that was just the beginning. The legal battle was brutal, but I was prepared. Sarah, arrogant and confident, initially tried to deny everything. But when Evelyn presented the stack of evidence, the GPS logs, the PI reports, the hotel bills, the text messages, even the video clips, Sarah's facade crumbled. Her face, usually so composed, contorted into a mask of shock and fear. The judge, a stern woman, listened impassively as Evelyn laid out Sarah's deceit. The financial settlement was devastating for Sarah. She lost the house, a significant portion of her assets, and her reputation was in tatters. The social fallout was even worse. Our friends, once so quick to defend her, turned their backs. Her colleagues at work, hearing the whispers, began to distance themselves. Jeremy Thorne, the smug affair partner, vanished, his company quietly transferring him to an overseas branch to avoid scandal. Sarah was left utterly alone, her carefully constructed world collapsing around her. I saw her once, months later, in a coffee shop in Miami, where she'd moved to try and start over. She didn't see me, and I didn't approach her. There was no triumph, no joy in her ruin, just a quiet, cold emptiness. The silence of a life rebuilt, free from deceit, can be the most haunting sound of all. The end.